right. When we're having a conversation. Let's, well, everybody's sitting. So you know I always wait and see what everybody's going to do, so let's start sitting today. I feel like I have to shout over these birds, like they're so loud. Oh. And I am going to stack one heel in front of the other, but you can feel free to be crisscrossed or half lotus or whatever feels best to you. And let's place our hands on our knees and use our arms to help us achieve that really nice, tall, upright posture. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, take a side bend to the right. It's okay, you know we're gonna go both ways. Come back overhead, reach up with those hands, maybe bring the palms together, and then side bend the other direction. Side bends, forward folds, they go hand in hand. Reach those arms up overhead, and now let's fold forward easy. Make it really easy and gentle. This is not, hey, we're trying to stretch into our biggest fold already. We're just gonna let that be easy and gentle. On your next inhale, make your way upright again. Reach the arms up overhead. Twist to the right. Come back to center. Twist to the left. Come back to center. Side bend to the right. Back to center. Side bend the other direction. Back to center, forward fold again. Maybe you're gonna go deeper, or maybe you're gonna add a little movement if I sway side to side, getting into each hip just a little bit more. Again, we don't have to be trying to go into our deepest folds yet. Come upright before we switch to the other side. Here we go, boat pose as per requested. Pull the belly in as you're in your boat pose. Point your toes this round, gaze out at them. Pull your shoulder blades together. I'll remind you, belly in again for another 3, 2, 1. As you sit down again, cross the opposite knee in closer. So whatever's maybe the odd way for you, start here with a nice tall spine. Inhale, reach the arms up, side bend to the right. Center, side bend to the left. Center, fold forward. Just one breath here. On your inhale, come upright, reach the arms up overhead. Turn, rotating to the right. Reach the arms up overhead, rotate and twist to the left. Reach the arms up overhead, side bend to the right. Upright, side bend the other direction. Come to center and then fold forward again. Stillness or a little bit of movement. Come upright, bring those legs together, put the toes only on the ground if that's available to you, arms reaching out, and then kind of round through the spine. Find that little balancing point on your tailbone or on your sacrum, and then pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's come over our knees and into tabletop. Begin some cat-cow movement. I like to throw some surprises at you guys. Go ahead and push to child's pose. So make the adjustments you might need to. Tent the fingers or place the palms strongly on the ground, elbows working to be off the ground, opening up the shoulders. Inhale as you come forward. We're going to keep the knees on the ground, or maybe you want to keep it off the ground, that's fine. For a plank pose as you come forward, belly in. Push back to child's pose. Come forward into that plank. Push back to child's pose. Come forward into your plank. Really think about pulling the belly in. Maybe hover the knees off the ground on the tops of your feet. Feels a little weird, doesn't it? Release down, push back to child's pose. One more time, we can play around with that. Come forward, we might stay on the knees or hover the knees. Release, push back to child's pose. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Gaze forward, let's curl the toes, come into your first downward facing dog and pedal that out. We're gonna wave it out to plank. So my down dog is kind of short. Feel free to step your hands forward or your feet back to get that nice plank belly pulled in. Right knee to right arm in your plank and then reach back. Left knee to left arm, reach back. Hips high, down dog, keep it nice and long. Wave it out to plank. Right knee, left knee, hips high, down dog. Wave it out to plank one more time. Right knee, left knee, hips high, down dog. Walk those feet back towards your hands. And let's go into our first standing forward fold. So bend the knees super generously so that your ribs can rest on your thighs, your head can hang heavy. We'll have plenty of opportunity to do this with straight legs later. Just find your breath as you release forward. Drop the hips even more and round it up one vertebra at a time. Come up to standing, reach the arms up overhead, and then hands to heart center. Reach the arms up overhead. We're gonna take a twist, elbow to knee and knee to elbow as we're standing, so it'll be right leg comes up, left elbow comes across, a little crunch here, reach up overhead. Find that on the other side. Balance and crunch at that core, reach up overhead. One more time each side. We'll come back to this. Reach up overhead. Forward fold. Your choice how straight or how bent those knees are. Let's take a little movement in this forward fold, side to side or pedaling out the feet, whichever one feels like it might be best for you. And on an inhale, come back to the center, lift halfway up. As you exhale, palm the mat, walk it out to downward facing dog. Belly pulled up and in, heels traveling toward the ground, even if the knees are bent. Inhale the right leg up for three-legged dog. Step to the top of the mat, drop that back heel. Warrior one, reach the arms up overhead. Pull the belly in. Reach forward, 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 forward. Drop that left hand down to the ground and then keep spinning open to the right. Runner's lunge twist. Take that top hand and graze past that front foot as you come into your high lunge now. Our heel's already off the ground. Sink down into your high lunge, reach that back hamstring to the sky. Thunderbolt forward again. This time we'll plant both hands and take our first vinyasa. So we might do that on our toes or drop to the knees, lower all the way down. Inhaling into your cobra. Exhaling to down dog. Left leg comes up, three-legged dog, stretching, opening. Step to the top of the mat, drop that back heel, inhale, come up into your warrior one first. Thunderbolt forward as you exhale, bringing your right hand down to the ground, letting that back heel pop up and keep spinning open to the left. Watch that top hand graze the mat as you come forward and around into your high lunge. And then thunderbolt forward to take your vinyasa from here, stepping back on the toes or the knees, lower all the way or part way, whatever your choice. And then inhale, up dog or cobra, down dog. From your down dog, walk your hands back towards your feet. If it's available, find peace fingers and big toe bind. Inhale, take a half lift. And on your exhale, fold forward, using those arms to help pull you down a little further. Find your breath, pull your belly in. Release your bind, drop the hips, round it up one vertebra at a time, reach the arms up overhead, crunch the right knee up, back to center, reaching up, crunch on the other side, back to center, right, center, left, center, one more round. Three's a charm right now. When you return to center, fold forward. Half lift. Walk it out to your downward facing dog. On an inhale, right leg comes up. This time, bend and stack, open to the side. Bring right knee to the right tricep, and maybe even put your toes down on the ground, that right toe, so that you can absolutely touch your knee to your arm. On an inhale, reach it back up, three-legged, and then step to the top of the mat, warrior one. Inhale to come up. Maybe your gaze shifts up, thunderbolt forward. Drop the left hand, keep spinning open to the right. Sweep that top hand forward, high lunge, reach the arms up overhead. Open up your warrior two. Yeah. Flip the front palm, peaceful warrior. Into extended side angle, forearm to the thigh, reaching the top arm overhead, palm facing the ground. Come back up into your warrior two, turn your feet outside edges parallel, headed into a wide leg fold, hands to the hips, and then fold forward, hands to the ground. Find some length in your spine as you pull yourself forward. Use the strength of your core to help you come further into your fold. Soften the knees so they cannot lock up or hyperextend. On your inhale, come partway up, walk your hands to the top of the mat inside your right foot, and then sink your hips. You can drop that back knee or keep it up. That's up to you. Whatever might feel best to your knee could dictate that. Opening up our lizard here. And then to round your front foot, step back to the top of your push-up. Hold the top of your push-up. We're holding here for 5. Belly really pulled up and in. 4, 3, 2. Go right to down dog or take a vinyasa and meet in down dog. Left leg high, three-legged bend and stack, open to the side. We're going to bring that left knee to the left arm, and maybe if you need a little help with that, you put your toe on the ground so you can really push it forward onto your arm. Reach it back to the sky, three-legged, step to the top of the mat. Warrior one, back heel is down. Maybe your gaze shifts up, pull the belly in as you reach up. Thunderbolt forward, we're headed into that twist, right hand down, left arm reaches open, back heel pops off the ground, yes. Sweep that top hand around, high lunge. Reach up overhead, settle into it, and then open up warrior two. Flip the front palm, peaceful warrior. Extended side angle, forearm to the thigh. Come back up into your warrior two, straighten the front leg, wide leg fold again, hands to the hips, keep them like a T. Fold forward. Any hand placement you might like. If it's best on the ground, keep it on the ground. If you like to bind with your legs somewhere, you could do that this round. Ooh, stretching arms overhead. Those are good yogis. That's one I often avoid. Take another breath. If you're bound in some way, release hands to the ground. Take a half lift to support your spine. Walk to the top of the mat inside your left foot as you head into your lizard lunge. Again, that back knee can be grounded or up. Surround your front foot, step back to the top of your push-up, drop your knees. Make your toes flat if it's available so you're on your shins. And then we're gonna take a few rounds of push-ups. So we'll come down into a partial or a full chaturanga. It might just be you're coming a little ways down and then pushing up. Push-ups on those knees, but chaturanga push-ups with those elbows pointed into the ribs. Take a couple of rounds. I won't tell you how many. All right, you're just gonna do a few. And when you've finished what you're going to do, press back into your child's pose. As you come forward, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Let's find another hand placement. So maybe we'll place our hands underneath the feet and then fold forward in your standing forward fold. Pull the belly up and in. You're trying to get it out of your way, but also activate it so you can pull the ribs closer to the thighs. On an inhale, release your mind, bring your hands to the ground so you can set yourself up. Drop the hips, round it up, come up to standing. Reach the arms up overhead, listen up. We're gonna bring our knee to elbow in that twist again, but stay there for 3, 2, 1. Center, lengthen out, and twist the other way. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. I'm watching everybody center and take a forward fold. Half lift. Walk it back out to your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Reach the right leg to the sky, 3-legged, bend and stack. Stay there or take a flip dog or wild thing if you would like to. Oh, look at y'all go. Beautiful job. Come back with control. We're bringing that right knee to the outside of that right arm. So maybe it comes to the outside without putting your foot down, or you put your foot down and you're trying to bring the knee to the outside. Belly engaged, press through the arms, reach it back up 3-legged. Step to the top of the mat, warrior 1. Inhale, come up. Next, exhale, thunderbolt forward into your spin lunge, back heel up. Twisted lunge, spin, I don't know. Inhale as you come up, high lunge, reach the arms up overhead. Pause there for a moment, let's cactus the arms, opening up the spine. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, open up warrior 2. Right into your peaceful warrior, flip the front palm, open up. Man, they're bringing all the heavy equipment. Extended side angle. Everybody take that top arm and sweep it behind your back. Open that top shoulder even more, gaze over your top shoulder. Nice rotation there, really good. On an inhale, come up, warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, wide leg fold, arms of your choice again. Hands to the ground so you can lift halfway up. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. We're coming into our lizard inside your front foot, staying on or off that back knee, staying on the palms or coming down to the forearms, either way, right? Depending on what you want to do with that back knee. Yeah. Okay, so if like me, your belly was just like, oh, let me relax here, I'll remind you to pull it up and in. If you're on your forearms, come back to the palms, surround the front foot, step back to the top of your push-up. Right knee to right arm. Release it back, keep the leg up, pulse it up to the sky. 3, 2, 1, plank. Left knee, left arm. Reach it back, keep it to the sky, pulse it up. 3, 2, 1, plank. Vinyasa or right to your downward facing dog. And if you need to further get off those wrists, you could always drop down to the elbows while anyone might be taking their vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up, bend and stack open to the side, flip dog or wild thing on this side. It was like you guys were coordinated in your timing and everything. Come back up to center, knee to same arm, outside of that same arm actually, the outside. How high can you bring it up there, or even put your foot down and bring it in there, but everything engaged, engaged, engaged. Reach it back to the sky. Step to the top of the mat. Warrior one, reach it up. Exhale, thunderbolt forward, come into your twist, right hand down. Sweep the hand up forward, high lunge, pause, cactus the arms. Reach the arms up overhead, warrior two. Peaceful right away. Extended side angle. So first I'm going to reach my arm over here, get my balance or stance, and then reach that top hand behind my back and open up the top shoulder even more, trying to look past that shoulder. Unwind as you come back up to warrior two, then straighten the front leg, turn the foot, wide leg, fold. Maybe reach through the legs this round just to give you something to do. Pull the belly in. When I reach through the legs, it does help me to shift my weight more to the balls of my feet. Begin to bring the hands forward, come halfway up, walk your hands to the inside of your left foot as you come into your lizard on this side. Anything you would like can come to the ground, right? Knees, forearms, you decide. We'll come upright if we are down, surround that front foot, step back to the top of your push-up. Drop the knees, push back to child's pose. Come forward and take a push-up, whether you stay on the knees, chaturanga push-up of course, and then press back to child's pose. Or from your child's pose, as you come forward the next time, you can always curl the toes and come into plank, chaturanga, back to plank, drop the knees, child's pose. So you choose which is right for you. 2 more rounds. Remember that chaturanga push-up can be as deep or not deep as you like, as is right for your shoulders. End in your child's pose and sweep those hands behind you. Release the shoulders, maybe rest on one cheek or the other if you like. Reach the arms out again. Come upright, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Immediately walk those feet or those hands back towards your feet. Standing forward fold. If it's available to you, let's grab the back of your heels. You can bend your knees as much as you like, and then use those arms behind you, maybe even wrapping the forearms around your shins, around your calves and knee as you come into your forward fold here. From here, you can drop the hips really generously, round it up, reach the arms up overhead. Come into your twisted balance, right leg up first. Now we're going to pulse this here. Come back to center and pulse crunch, Pulse crunch. Yeah, balance. Core. I lost track, that's okay. Let's reach overhead, ground the foot. You know we're headed to that same thing on the other side. First find it, and then crunch it. Reach up overhead as you ground that foot. And then let's bring the hands behind the back. Hold on to the elbows or interlace the fingers behind your back. Step forward with the right foot, turn the back toes in, pyramid legs, lengthen through the chest, and then fold forward, whatever hand placement you have. You might reach the arms overhead if the hands are bound. Come upright, keep the hand placement you have or choose a different one, and take a decent step forward with the left leg so you can turn the back toes in square, the hips and your pyramid legs, and then fold over the left leg. Begin to come upright. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Reach the arms up overhead and sink into your first chair. We're going to keep sinking all the way down to the ground. So eventually the heels will need to come off the ground and our bums will be on the ground. We'll just move into that as slowly as we can. You know I've headed us right into our Navasana again. Float pose, here we go. Let's take a big wide open arms. Keep those wide open arms as you twist to the right, center, left, center. Open the arms super wide, back to mid-wide. Right twist, center. Left twist. When we come to the center, open the arms, hallelujah. Hands back down, open wide, twist right. Left. Yep, feet can come to the ground, hallelujah, center. One more round, here we go. Right twist. Left twist. We'll try to do a little more than we think we can, hallelujah. Give yourself a hug. Yeah. You got it, you got it. All right, let's roll all the way down. Use that lit cord. Get you down there nice and slow. You don't have to go super, super slow, but nice and slow in control. When you get to the bottom, lengthen overhead. Let's take some bridge rounds. So bring those feet into your bridge. Feet, maybe you can raise the back of those heels, and then on an inhale, bring the hips high, walk the shoulder blades in towards each other, chin away from the chest. We're going to hold this nice static bridge for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. I like to bring my feet wide and my knees in for just a moment. Come back to your bridge setup. On an inhale, bring those hips nice and high. Walk the shoulder blades in if you need to. Keep them nice and high, and then just a half-inch pulse, just a tiny bit down and even higher than you have been for another 8. Pulsing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way down. Maybe the feet go wide and the knees go in. Set yourself up for bridge again. On an inhale, bring those hips nice and high. These are large pulses, so bum is almost going to touch the ground as we lower, and then thrust back up. Yeah, I know, that's how it sounded. 2, 3, 4, one more, 5, and lower nice and slow. Feet wide, knees together. Set yourself up for bridge again. We'll be taking a challenge of maybe lifting a leg. So let's bring the hips nice and high, become light on the right toes, and then maybe you reach that right leg up to the sky a little, a lot, whatever you're working on there, and switch to find the left. Keep those hips nice and high, switch and find the right, and the left. One more each side. And when you finish, bring those hips down. If you like the knees together and the feet wide, you can do that, or find your Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. I'm going to keep my legs where they are. If this does not suit you, you can plant your feet on the ground with your knees pointed toward the sky. Place your fingertips behind your head for some crunches. Exhale as you come up. It's a little crunch here with those legs wide, and then back down. All right, you all know how to do crunches, so nice and slow, make them count, and just keep going. You don't have to count the number. Release down, choose a different leg placement. So maybe this time your knees will be, or your feet will be grounded and your knees will be down, or maybe you'll have your legs pointed to the sky, hands will come back behind your head, and we'll do some more crunches here. Here we go, crunching up and down. One more. Release the head down, hands down at your side, palms on the ground, and we're going to just lower one leg at a time. So the right leg, hover, bring it back up, hover the other side. Really think about while you're doing this, pressing that low back into the ground so we get that low belly workout, that low core engagement. Switching this in to one knee in, one leg out. No hands though, as you kind of bicycle back and forth, but exaggerate that knee into your chest, right? Still trying to press the low back down into the ground. And I'm really starting to get a burn. Who else is really getting a burn? Nobody. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Nobody will speak up. Okay, we can do a couple more rounds. You got this. Ask it. Ask it. And then hug both knees into your chest. Use your arms to just hug in, rock side to side. And then as you're ready, we're going to rock forward and back if you like. I don't love to do that on this concrete, so I'm just going to come forward over my knees into downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa there if you choose, or otherwise just go right to down dog. On an inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, bend and stack. Flipped over, wild thing opportunity here if you would like. Bring that right leg forward as if you're going to take that balance, APK. So we can also, if you know that balance, you're headed right into it, right? You can also place your toes on the ground, bring that knee to the outside, come into those chaturanga arms with that back foot on the ground. You can never fly anything and still be in that posture. And then you got to come out eventually. Nice job, Vanessa. Reach the toes to the sky. And then step forward for warrior one. And I only say Vanessa because she's the only one I can see, y'all. I'm sure you all were doing a nice job too. Thunderbolt forward. Hollow out your belly when you do so. Come into your twisted lunge. Up into your high lunge. Reach the arms up and cactus the arms. Maybe shift your gaze up this time. Stay here for a moment. Further into this back bend. Come upright, reach the arms overhead. Open up, warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. Remember, we might reach that top arm back and really open up the top shoulder even more. Again, finding more of a twist as you look over that shoulder. Come up into your warrior two and straighten your front leg, but we're gonna head into triangle before we come into our fold. Look, you guys are good yogis. You were listening and waiting to see. Coming into our triangle, pull the belly in here. Let's revolve this triangle. Take this top hand to the ground. We have wide legs, so maybe you're not all the way up to your foot. You're just placing your hand down where it needs to be. That front knee can soften a little or a lot as you twist. Now we're going to head into our wide leg fold. So bring that top hand down to the ground. Turn your foot as you turn around and come into your fold. Any arm placement you like. Inhale, come part way up, head to the top of the mat for your lizard lunge. So make this lizard lunge your own, taking your arms anywhere you might like them to be for your stretch, back leg on or off the ground. You might play around with opening that right hip coming onto the outside edge of your front foot. Walk those hands, surround the front foot. We're coming into a push-up round, so step back to the top of your push-up. Stay on the toes or go to your knees. Let's see if we can get 3 chaturanga push-ups in. And then we'll head to down dog. Inhale the left leg up, bend and stack when you're ready. Flip dog or wild thing here if you would like. Coming back to center, left leg to the left arm to fly that, or the option instead of flying is placing the toes on the ground, knee to the outside, and maybe coming into a tiny bit or a lot of chaturanga arms. We got to get out of that, so push back out, reach the leg to the sky, step to the top of the mat for your warrior one. Inhale your way up. Thunderbolt into your twist. Sweep into your high lunge. Cactus the arms. We're going to stay in our back bend for a moment this round again. Reach the arms overhead, open up warrior two, right into your peaceful warrior, extended side angle, opening up the top side, reaching the top hand behind your back, twisting into your side angle. Inhale as you come up, warrior two, straighten the front leg, triangle. Revolve your triangle, right hand down to the ground. Just make the adjustments you need for the leg stance you have, or change that leg stance, right? Top hand down to the ground for our last standing wide leg fold, taking that any direction you might like, taking any playful moves you might like. Oh, Patsy, you're touching your head. That's so good. come a long ways in that. Release any bind you have, hands to the ground. Take yourself into that half lift and then walk to the top of the mat into your lizard variation. Bring yourself back upright and to your plank. Bring the hips high, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Our last standing forward fold. Any bind or variation you would like, coming into your standing fold. Taking your nice deep breaths here. Two more breaths. Unwind from whatever you might have. Drop the hips and then round it up as you come up to standing. Reach the arms up overhead. Here are your options. We can do this same kind of twist to elbow, or you can do a hand to foot type of twist, or hand to knee. We'll go back and forth, so you choose which one you're doing. I guess I'm doing two on each side. I don't know what I'm doing now. Maybe you play around with what happens there and challenge your balance and your strength. Oh yeah, let's do a few more rounds each side. Until we're ready to come to stillness at the back of the mat, hands at heart center. Take a nice deep inhale when you're ready, and sigh it out. Reach the arms up overhead. Fold forward. Half lift. Walk those hands out, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Come forward into your balance of your hand, if you would like, again on the right side, or the balance prep of some kind. Maybe you're really reaching forward, maybe getting those toes off the ground. And then as you come out, reach the right leg to the sky, step to the top of the mat, warrior one. Inhale up. Interlace your fingers behind your back when you're ready. Open the chest, humble your warrior. Maybe your gaze can shift back. Maybe you can sink deeper into that front knee. When you unwind, drop the left hand down, back heel pops up, come into your twisted lunge. Come out into your high lunge, reach the arms up overhead. Cactus, open into that back bend. Reach the arms up again. Thunderbolt forward. Hold that thunderbolt for 3, 2, step forward to chair. Ay, ay, ay. Reach those arms up. Have a seat. Let those legs come out nice and straight. Reach the arms up overhead or hands at heart center. Hollow the belly as you roll down. We're not going all the way down. We're going like a part way, that spot where you can still come back upright and then fold over. And then come upright, hollow the belly, round it down a little ways. You got to figure out your stopping point. Come back upright, fold over. One more time, or hands could be at heart center if that's better for you. One more fold over, stay in your fold for 3, 2, 1. Come upright, cross. You got to make your way back to down dog for the other side. Vinyasa if you like, or crawl on back to down dog if you prefer. Left leg comes high. We're going to bring it forward to take the arm balance or the arm balance prep of that EPK. Toes to the ground, elbow or knee to the outside. Any part of that chaturanga or balance, come out, up into your three-legged, right? Take your time. Eventually you'll step forward. We'll meet in warrior one. I'll need a little extra time in some of those. Interlace your fingers behind the back, open up the chest, humble your warrior. Release your bind, right hand to the ground, spin open to the left. Sweep your hand, come into your high lunge. Cactus, just here for a moment. Reach the arms up. Thunderbolt, here for 3, 2, 1. Step forward into your chair, and then sink down to the ground. Use your hands to help you have a seat as you need to. Legs out nice and straight. And let's round it all the way down to the ground. I want to see everybody. There we go. Oh, take a long body stretch. Reach the arms overhead. Hands down at your side. Bend the knees if you need to. Bring your feet straight up overhead. We'll do crisscrossing the ankles on our way down towards the ground, and then legs straighten together to come up. So you decide how far down you're going, right? It's crisscross like this. You might go to here or all the way to hover, and then bring the legs together as you bring them back up, and then crisscross your way down. So we'll all be doing this at a different pace depending on how low we're going. Use your breath to help you. One more round of whatever you've got going. And after you bring those legs up, give yourself a nice hug. We'll take a pigeon stretch. If you want to stay on your back and do your pigeon here, you'll cross the right ankle over the left and squeeze in. If you want to lie down on your belly, you'll come upright, keep the right leg forward, sweep the left one back, and fold over your pigeon leg here. You decide where you're taking that hip stretch. Use your breath to help calm your body into this stretch, help you open up. Three more breaths. Begin to make your way out, and to the other side, we're going to take at least 5 breaths to get there. So take your time, moving mindfully, and when you're ready, set yourself up on the other side. Nice. Begin to come out of that stretch, taking your time. If you're sitting, then you're gonna go ahead and stay seated. If you're lying down, make your way upright for a wide leg forward fold. So find that nice tall upright spine and then begin to walk forward into your fold. Finding the place you need to be. Yeah, on the concrete too. Okay. I'm very delicate. We're gonna have a chance to be back at the center again, but first I want you to come part way up. We're only gonna go to one side. Often we do this to both sides, but we're gonna take ourselves from here over to the right, staying pretty low, folding over the right leg to an extent. We don't have to go our deepest, because we're gonna keep this moving so that we come back to center, and then head over that right leg again. And you might get deeper each time, or you might not. Just nice, slow, mindful movement back and forth. And then we'll take that to the left side. So kind of adjust things in the middle if you need to, and then begin to walk it to the left and center. Back and forth, nice and mindfully again. And then once you finish on this side, we'll meet back in the center and fold forward even more. I'm sure you'll have more depth, but just take that to the space that feels okay for you. Use your arms to help you come upright. Use your arms to help bring your legs back to center, right? And then we're gonna lie down a last few gentle stretches and twisting before we end up in our Shavasana. Take a long body stretch first. Hug the right knee in towards the chest. Take a long body stretch again. Hug the left knee in. Long body stretch. Both knees in together. Spinal twist, knees over towards the right. Making any adjustments you like. Gently make your way to the other side. As you're ready, unwinding, bringing yourself yourself into any final stretches you might wish, happy baby, or hugging the knees in, or a long body stretch, or something else, before coming into your final resting posture of Shavasana.